how productive are you, right? How productive are you? Look, a lot of times we get into these debates where there's these productivity hacks where you can get more output for what you put into it. And look, in a lot of ways, that is super important, because if you can get twice the return for your efforts and energy, and you compound that over days, weeks, months, pretty soon you're going to be a superstar. So I'm going to share with you a little productivity tweak today that helps me. And it's, look, you got to know yourself. You got to know what works for you and your body and your brain. But what works for me is when I wake up in the morning, typically what I try to do pretty soon after waking up is to get a workout in. What that workout does for me is it gets the blood flowing. It gets the endorphins. It gets the thoughts, the creativity. That's some of my best thinking. So again, I go from sleep to pretty much working out. And then as a result, I mean, the rush of neurochemicals, the rush of endorphins, the creativity, I'm alive, I'm awake. And I get it. Some people aren't morning people. And that's probably the craziest advice in the world for them. But I want to challenge you. Give yourself a new story. Maybe say, up until today, I have not been a morning person. But give yourself permission to change. People do change in life. The other thing that I do is then I basically exert time, effort, and energy after, dropping the kids off at school or hanging with them or Kelly. What I do then is I basically hit my work, okay? And my work is play. I love my work, all right? But what happens then is throughout the day, the brain can get tired, right? I mean, you've exerted all this time and energy and effort, and as a result, your brain gets tired. And so then what I do is I stop and shut it down, because there comes a point if you keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing, you actually get much less return for your work. The return on investment is lower, and you're working twice as hard, 3 times as hard, 4 times as hard. And then what happens is you basically blow out your creativity. You feel that the next day. You feel tired. So then what I do is I typically save up non-cognitive assignments, non-cognitive tasks. For instance, unloading the dishes or whatever, right? These types of things that don't require a lot of mental energy, what I'll do is I'll save that for when, the brain kind of starts going down, and then these non-cognitive tasks can go up. And the other thing is that sometimes when I'm doing the non-cognitive tasks, what I do is actually fill my brain with audiobooks or this type of thing. So this is Kary Oberbrunner via Soul on Fire today. That's just what works for me. I'd love to hear what works for you, kind of how your productivity level goes throughout the day. If you got any tips, tactics, or tricks, go ahead and post them below. But let's make it happen, and let's be souls on fire. We'll see ya.